In a heterosexual relationship, toxicity can come from either the male or the female gender. However, in this video, I will focus on how men ruin women in the context of relationships.
Last night!
I wasn't!
Listen, don't talk to God. Listen! Why are you talking? I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
What are you doing?
Oh, chill. Yo, we're filming. We're filming. Look,
You alright?
we're filming a social experiment. Look.
You okay?
We're just raising awareness. We're just filming, bro. No, we're filming a social experiment. It's cool, man. Thanks for raising awareness, man. We're filming a social experiment.
Social media, TikTok to be specific, has been an eye-opener to a lot of women. It has shown the dark side of relationships, exposed what a lot of women are passing through in their various relationships, and also the impact of negative relationship experience on women in the long run. In this video, we will explore clips showing DV, emotional abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, reactive abuse, and more.
Seriously did ruin me. I don't lie when I say that. He made me so insecure, untrusting, anxious, and unhappy.
Not good.
It's so hard for me to trust anyone anymore. I get jealous over everything.
Wow.
I peep everything. I overthink everything. And I'm so insecure with myself. This really sucks.
Hey, have you guys heard of reactive abuse? Probably not, but I bet you've experienced it. This hits home for me. This is why I stayed way longer than I should have. This was part of the mind games that I had to get over. I'm a really chill person, okay? I'm super fun, really goofy, very passionate. I love hard and I fight hard. But my narcissist, he would push me past the point of control, where I would legitimately lose my shit. Have you ever been pushed that hard? Where you literally cannot control yourself? Throw things, scream at the top of your lungs, maybe even attack them, and then they're fine? And they look at you? Oh my God, look how unstable you are. You do have anger problems. Wow, you are crazy. I don't know if the kids are safe with you. Any of that sound familiar? And then you question yourself because I have no control. Why am I letting him get to me? Why can't I control myself? Am I the
Reactive abuse is a strategy abusers use on their victims. They trigger their victims. Once their victims react, they stay calm and shift blames.
I haven't.
Let me out of this fucking goddamn car! I do not want to be with you no more! You fucking ruined my life!
Alright, let me take you to the red bud at least, alright?
I don't give a fuck. I'm the fuck out! I'm not doing this with you anymore! I'm not doing this anymore! I'm fucking with myself! I'm not doing this with you anymore!
Give me my shit.
No! F you! Ah! I cannot do this! I do not fucking deserve this! Oh my...
Dude, don't treat my car like that.
A common pattern a manipulator uses to manipulate his victim is the blame game. They will trigger you and then blame you for reacting, yet unwilling to accept that they were the ones that triggered you. Did you notice that the abuser in that video was calm? The lady was going off like the crazy one. That's exactly the purpose of the reactive abuse. The abuser will purposely trigger you, gaslight you, dog whistle, use any other form of abuse on you, just to get you to react in such a manner, and then they shift the blame on you. Mostly you hear them say, "Oh, I'm not the abuser, she's crazy. Why is she going off?" Passerbys might not even understand what's going on, because the one with the loudest noise, the one that screams the most, always seems to be the troublesome one. I think the best way to deal with scenarios like this is to keep your cool, try to be in control, ignore, walk away from the situation if you can. Just stay calm, not to give the abuser that power, because they are very intentional with what they're doing. The intent is to get you to react. Some men will destroy a woman and then blame them for who they it turned into. He called you names when he was angry, but he didn't hit you. He would smash things on the wall, but he didn't hit you. He would scream inches from your face, but he didn't hit you. He would tell you no one cares about you but him, but he didn't hit you. He made you feel like ending your life was the way out, but he didn't hit you. Does that make him any better than men that are physically hitting other women? No, they are both in the same boat. This is called verbal abuse, emotional abuse. This is more dangerous than physical abuse. This is my opinion, because with physical abuse, if you get away from that environment, that might be it. Not for everybody, but with verbal and emotional abuse, it lingers on. It eats deep. It deals with your self-esteem. It deals with you mentally. It's hard to erase.
But more than anything, this is a lesson for you to understand what you've done. You know, we have children, and that's the main thing that bothers me, is we have children who look at you like a superhero. You are a father, and for you to do this, you didn't think about all consequences of this. And not only did you hurt me, but you broke me.
This is a trigger warning for the next video clip coming up. The video clip is about a physical abuse. This man got released from the prison and he went to his wife and physically abused her. She actually captured what happened. Please, if you can't handle it, if this is going to trigger you, skip this part.
Trigger warning on this video.
Leave me alone.
I've been cheating on you the whole time.
Okay, I don't care, Taylor. I don't care.
Go.
Like, why would I care? Why would I care after somebody who beats the shit out of me like this throws my head on the goddamn
Bro, you're
curb?
ugly and fat. Go.
I'm not fat. I'm 127 pounds, and I'm not ugly. I look like a
Go.
fucking supermodel.
Get out of my life.
Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror?
If you would stay the night, then go.
Oh my god, I would never stay the night with you. You literally just busted my fucking nose, broke my goddamn hand, and then busted the fucking shit out of my
Mind you, he just got out of prison, wasn't supposed to have contact with me, and after beating the shit out of me for 49 solid minutes, asked me to stay the night with him. What a creep. Ladies, men, record when and where you can. And at the end, this is where you see him yank my head back for the 10th time, almost broke my neck, and chopped my ponytail clean the hell off.
90% of stress and depression in women is most likely caused by a man that was in her life that had mentally abused her, broken her heart, and taken advantage of her.
Let me tell you what happens to a woman when you treat her like she's nothing every other Tuesday. She starts to believe that she's nothing. On Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, knowing full well that next Tuesday's gonna come. You destabilize her, you will her away, you make her a less powerful person, you make her less the person you fell in love with every time you do things like that to her. You love him and you're gonna stay with him. But before you open your heart to him again, he's got to prove over the long term he knows how to speak to you. He knows how to love you.
Never trust a man's feelings in the first 3 to 6 months of dating. At the beginning, alright, the notorious honeymoon phase, the excitement and attraction of a new woman can trigger an increase in testosterone levels in a man. And this can lead into intense feelings of desire and passion, which may cloud his judgment. Because this boost of testosterone actually blocks another hormone called oxytocin, which is the responsible in promoting attachment between partners. So what happens many times is that once his infatuation fades away and his testosterone decreases, many guys pull away and search for that rush of emotions again in someone new, instead of slowly developing a deeper emotional connection with you.
He's right. I know we have a lot of low effort men. Some men don't want to put in the work in relationship. Some men just live off how they feel. Let's go with the flow. I love the rush of emotions. I love how you make me feel. Talking to you makes me feel special and all that. The honeymoon stage does blind a lot of people because they don't get to see the true person they are dealing with. So the best time to know someone's true color is after that honeymoon stage. That's where you have the real deal. That's where you know someone that is willing to commit with you, someone that is willing to make things work, someone that is willing to put in the work, make effort, and do the necessary things for the relationship to work. So please do not get carried away with the honeymoon stage.
Why do men that constantly disrespect women expect us to still be in love with them?
Because y'all be staying.
Yeah. True.
No, I hate to be that, and my bad. I'm sorry. I'm my bad. I shouldn't have said that. That's my point. For every one woman that will stand on her standards and her morals and what she knows she deserves, there is about 20 or 40, 50 of them that won't, because you think a man validates your worth. You think you need somebody there in order to fill those voids that you should be filling in your single space. So I know when you ask, why do men do this? You know what? Because they f***ed up. They need some discipline. But the real answer is, he can't f*** you over if you ain't in his presence. Why you still there? Why do we stay in these situations
in toxic situations
that we know are not healthy for us?
Because a lot of us aren't able to admit that we don't love ourselves.
Why is it that when women are annoyed, you have to ask them 10 times what is wrong, until they finally say, okay, this is the problem. I say, what's wrong? And they're like, nothing. I say, what's wrong? And they say, oh, nothing. And I'm like, I know something's wrong.
Do you know what it is? With women, they tend to be really emotionally intelligent. So if we know that what might upset you, so we kind of know, okay, this might upset you. So we assume if you cared about us, you'd know. And so because we think emotional intelligence is natural, we forget that men don't have that. They don't always think from somebody else's perspective all day, every day. They're not mind readers. So we think that if you loved me, you would know. In our minds. So if we have to tell you, you must not love me, but that's the wrong attitude, women. You shouldn't think like that. Effectively communicate what you need to be said, because otherwise you create distance and you create frustration in your partner. But we as women think if you loved me, you'd know. And when we have to tell you, we feel like we're weakening the connection, but really you're strengthening it. And so, yeah, it's a stupid technique.
It's obviously a stereotype for me to say men lack emotional intelligence, but there's a whole lot of truth in it. Emotional intelligence is basically a set of skills that requires one to recognize, understand, and manage emotions, both of oneself and that of others. Cultural and social factors play a huge significant role why a lot of men lack emotional intelligence. Historically, men have been socialized to suppress their emotions. It's more like it's a taboo for a man to be expressive emotionally. You have to hide it away from your peers, your family members, the society. No one needs to know how you feel. No one needs to see you cry. No one needs to see you hurt. You just have to internalize how you feel. Your emotion is your personal business when it comes to men. Emotional intelligence is something that grows with time. You have to practice it to be in tune, to stay in tune with it. But with men, due to the fact that the society forbids them to explore and embrace their emotions, a lot of men lack that opportunity of being emotionally intelligent, of exploring it, of exploring their emotions. Hence, a lot of men don't have emotional intelligence. So many men struggle with their emotions. Some of them don't even understand the emotions they're feeling. They can't break it down. They can't comprehend it. It can be that bad for some men. The best thing they can do is suppress it, silence it, pack it up and lock it up in a dark room, throw away the key, just suppress it and put up a front and act like everything is fine. Whereas they're not okay. They're battling inside. There's a war going on in them emotionally.
Why do men wait until women are absolutely tired to say, hey, I'm gonna act right now?
I got another perspective, because we talking from this perspective, assuming this man actually wants you. Sometimes this man don't want you, he just don't want nobody else to have you. And anytime he feels he's losing his grip off of you, now here comes the gifts. Now here comes the gesture, because I want to keep you single. I want to keep you unmarried. I don't want to commit to you, but I don't want you. Have you ever noticed all those gestures happen when you start looking like you moving on? You looking like you happy? You might have went on a date and posted about it. Now I don't want you with nobody else but me. But guess what? I ain't prepared to be with you. Right. And so what I want y'all to understand, sometimes those situationships, those men you talking to, sometimes they your biggest op. Because them is the thing trying to have you married. So what you got to do is you got to say, hey, listen, maybe he just don't with me that way. Maybe he enjoys the benefits of this situationship or the relationship, but he not ready or capable or know how to actually handle the responsibilities of it. And you got to take it. Listen, sometimes things break because they was never meant to be in your life in the first place. So I want you to remember that.
If a woman goes silent on you, silence is a woman's loudest cry.
True.
A woman to use silence to express her pain. She either overthinking, tired of waiting, or either she's falling completely apart.
You're right.
The silence of a woman means she's exhausted herself emotionally trying to get you to listen. And you didn't. And now she no longer cares. The silence of a woman means she's exhausted herself emotionally. Now she no longer cares.
I don't think a woman should ever marry a man that does not have a mind to 100% provide for her. If you sit down and you have a conversation with a man as a woman and he's sitting there, he's bringing up 50-50. I want you to come up with 50. I'm going to come up with. He's not a masculine man. If I were a woman, I would dismiss any man that came up with a conversation about 50-50 because he's lacking somewhere in terms of his masculinity.
A man cannot handle the same hurt he gives to a woman. A lot of these men will put a good woman through so much and expect her to stick around because he said he's going to change. It's not a woman's obligation to stick around while you mature and become the man she deserved from the jump. But she does it because she loves you and already invested so much. But it's funny because when a woman makes a few mistakes, a man is so quick to cut her off and call her disloyal. He can't handle that hurt and lacks the ability to forgive his woman. Some would call it ego or pride. Personally, I call it hypocrisy. If you don't want your woman to do it, you shouldn't do it either. Mutual respect. Period.
Same thing with cheating. You go out there to cheat. You don't want your woman to cheat. A woman cheats, you can't take it. Men want women to be in a certain way, but they're not willing to mold themselves into the same image they want that woman to be in for them. They don't want to do the same for that woman. It's just the mentality. It's just the way they view women. It's always a master and slave relationship, because if you view someone as a partner, you should be willing to reciprocate. You should be willing to give back the same gesture you're expecting from the person. But you don't get this in a master and slave relationship, because I'm the master here. So why should I reciprocate? You're my slave. You're my subordinate. So whatever I say goes, but whatever you do or say does not go. That's the mentality of a lot of men when it comes to relationships and marriages. So it's important for you to understand the mindset of the person you're with. Is the person open to a slave and master relationship or a partnership relationship? You need to have a conversation about it. You need to know where his mind is at. You need to know how he sees and views relationship. Because if you don't, it's going to be a struggle. If you don't, there's going to be a mixed match there. You might be thinking, oh, I'm in a partnership with this man. Whereas he's thinking, oh, I've just bought a slave. So you need to speak and talk about it and understand how he reasons and how he views relationship. It's very important. If you want a better understanding of why some men get married to women they don't like in the first place, how some men view relationships and marriages, watch this video here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.